Hi everyone, welcome to Women of Skill Fashion and Designing class. So today we're going to learn how to take measurements. So the first thing first which you're supposed to do, you're supposed to take measurements before you design a pattern. Okay, so start the measurements on our mannequin here. So the first measurement we're supposed to take, for example, we're doing a dress, a straight dress. So the first measurement, it will be the shoulder. The shoulder is measured here. So the shoulder, this is the shoulder from this way to here. So for this one, the shoulder is 15 inches. So when you're taking our measurements, we'll be using inches, not centimeters. So the bigger figures, it's inches, then smaller ones, it's centimeters. So here it's 15 inches for the shoulder. From here to here is the shoulder. Then from here to the nipple, from the shoulder to the nipple, it's called shoulder to bust. It's called shoulder to bust. Then from this nipple to the other nipple, it's called nipple to nipple. So this is nipple to nipple. Then we have the round bust. The measuring tape goes all the way around. So this is the round bust. So for this one, the bust is on 34 inches. Then we go to the half joint. For those dresses which have half joints, so the half joint ends here on the 15 inches. It's the half joint. Then we do the waist. The waist is here. So for the waist, it depends where you wear your stuffs from. Some do it from lower, so this is your lower waist. Some would love it from here. So you can check the difference. Here it's 26, then when we measure the lower one, it will be on 28, 27, somewhere there. Then we go to the hip length. So the hip length starts from where the belly button is going down. So for this one, the hip length is supposed to be on 9 inches. So this is 9 inches. So this is the hip length. Here around its waist. Then we go to the round hip now. So there's a difference between a hip length and hip round. Hip round and hip length is different. So you're supposed to take both measurements for the hip and hip length. So for this one, the hip should be at 40 or 39 somewhere there. So for this one, the hip is 40. So the hip is measured like this. Check the behind. How the tape measure is going. That's how we measure the hip. That's the hip. Then we're going to measure the thigh round from here. So this is the thigh round. From here is the thigh round. So for this one, the thigh round, we'll put it at 24 inches. So this is the thigh round. And when we're measuring, if it's a trousers, when we're measuring the full length, meaning the full length will start, if it's a dress, the full length will start from the shoulder going down to here. That's the full length of the dress. The abbreviation for the full length is FL. So this is the full length. And if we're doing a trousers, we've measured from the waist going to the full length here. Then we have to measure the bottom round. So when we do this far end, meaning we're measuring a bottom round of the trousers. A bottom round of the trousers. Then here on the knee, it's called knee box. Knee box. So you're supposed to measure a knee box on the trousers. You measure the bottom round, you measure the knee box, then from waist going down, you measure the knee length. So when you measure the knee length, that's when you're supposed to measure the knee box here. That's when you measure the thigh round. Then for the crotch starts on the belly button going and shoe here, reaching here. but mostly for the crotch we have the standard measurements. For medium size, for medium, right, the crotch is supposed to be on 12 inches. Then the crotch, you can either call it a crotch or body lies. Two words, it's a crotch or body lies. So the sizes, the standards. For medium, right, the crotch is supposed to be on 12 inches. Then for small, it's supposed to be on 10. Then for those plus size people, it goes all the way from 13, 14. That's for the crotch. Okay, I think that's it for the measurements. When you're done doing the measurements on your clients, you're supposed to calculate your measurements now. So we call it calculation of measurements. So we start with the bust first. So when you take the measurements of your bust, e.g. if your bust is on 38, then your bust is supposed to be divided by 4. Anything in round circumference is divided by 4. The bigger parts are divided by 4 when they're in round circumference. For the smaller parts, we divide them by 2. E.g. the smaller parts in round circumference can be the sleeve round, the bottom round, the thigh round is divided by 2. Then for the bust round, we divide it by 4. The waist is by 4. Then the hip, we are supposed to divide it by 4. Nipple to nipple, we divide it by 2. Then we have the shoulder. The shoulder is divided by 2. The sleeve round by 2. The bottom round, when you find the full length, if you're doing a trousers, the bottom round is supposed to be divided by 2 as well. Yeah, so those are the calculations you're supposed to do when you're done taking your measurements. You're supposed to divide now.